Hey guys, it is that time of year when things get really exciting and also sometimes very overwhelming. And so I thought I would just share some practical things with you that can help you enjoy this season without getting totally overwhelmed and, you know, just to stop the holiday madness because I know I get myself that way sometimes, and so these are things that I am trying to implement myself, and or things that I do implement myself, and just ways to help yourself chill out and enjoy this time of year. So these are very simple things. Some of them might be like duh, but you know what? A lot of times I need to be reminded of those duh type things in life because I think sometimes things are so simple that we overlook them. Because if you're like me, you overthink things and you make things much more difficult than they need to be. Don't lie, you know you do. And so these are just some things that you can do to make things more enjoyable. So you can just, sit back, relax, enjoy your holiday season. Okay, probably not really, but it will still help you to just enjoy things better. So first off, I wanted to tell you, if you've never heard of it before, it's an app you can put on your phone. It's the Cozy Family Calendar app, COZI. This is fantastic. You can put your whole family in it, and so that they will get alerts to things on their phones when you change things in the calendar. That way, any appointments that you have, any events, school, Christmas programs or concerts or anything you have going on, you can plug into this app and have it where you can share it to the people in your family or just the person that it's going to affect or however you want to do it. You can plug in what people are going to be at this, like who the appointment's for, or, Brian Asher and I need to be at this, kind of thing. So it's a great way to keep everyone connected, to know what's going on, because it's a very busy season. And when you've got all those extra things thrown into your already normal, probably hectic schedule, it can get extremely overwhelming. And I am someone who starts to seriously freak out when there's a lot of stuff going on. But to be able to have this where I can see it laid out, I can see if my husband's the dentist called and they want me to have my appointment earlier or something, he can plug that in and I see. So I know okay, I need to take Asher to practice, or you know what I mean? So it makes it much, much easier. And then too, you can set for it to remind you about things so that you aren't forgetting that you said you would go to your niece's Christmas concert or something like that, So it is a great way to help you kind of have things organized and laid out. I am not an organized person, so this is super, super beneficial to me. And help other people in your family be able to see what's going on. Because especially my 20-year-old son, he's kind of on his own schedule with his work and whatever he's doing, and I want him to know when there are family type things going on. And sometimes we forget to verbalize it because it's you don't think about that you haven't sat down to dinner with him in a week or something because our schedules are so different. And so and then he'll be like, you never told me, I don't know, kind of thing. So this way, it's a great way for him to just get an alert on his phone. Oh, there's something in the calendar. Oh, okay, we have dinner at Grandma and Grandpa's house this night or whatever. So just a great thing to implement. Definitely check it out. You'll be glad you did. Another thing is getting ready and shopping now. Make your list. While you're making your list of who you need to buy for, also put next to that who you're sending a card to. If you like to send out Christmas cards, this is a great way at the same time to make your card list. So you can do this all in one instead of having lists here and lists there and all that kind of stuff. I might be saying that because I'm someone who does that. So if you have it all in one spot, everyone you think of, you can write next to it just card, or you can put what gift or how much money. I like to do that. I like to list people's names, how much money that we spend per person, because we have exchange between my sister and brother-in-law and us, because we take turns each year as couples who we buy for, so we're not buying for everyone. But that way I can say, okay, Delyn and Jason, and we spend $30 on each of them. So I write Delyn $30. And then I leave space so that I can write as I get her things and what the amount is. That way, it's very easy. I have a little cute book. I should have brought it in here with me. That's like a little Christmas notebook that I keep all that stuff in. So I can keep track. I still have $5 to spend on her out of the 30. That kind of thing. So I can see exactly what I have spent and what I've gotten for each person. It makes things so much easier. And so then you can put, like, if I was sending, I'm not going to send them a card because I see them, but if I was going to be sending them a card, I would just put next to their names, card, kind of thing. So then I know who I need to send a card to, that kind of thing. And since, Black Friday and Cyber Monday are coming up, like, right now, so this video, you're going to see this on Wednesday. This is a fantastic time to get some of that Christmas shopping done. I find it much easier to shop online than it is to go into stores. I get way overwhelmed in stores. I walk around and don't find anything because I cannot concentrate to actually, like, focus on looking for things for people. It's terrible. I went shopping with my husband yesterday and we hardly came home with anything because of that reason. I just get where I'm like, I can't even think of, like, a certain person and look for something for them. Like, it just doesn't work for me. So online shopping definitely is the way to go for me. I have everyone's name listed already, who I need to buy for, and if I think of, this person loves makeup, I know this, makeup brand, say ColourPop, is having a great, Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale with stuff that I know that this person would like. I write by their name that, like ColourPop. So I know on Black Friday or Cyber Monday or whenever to just go and look on that website for that person. It makes it much easier for me and just keeps things, where I'm not just all over the place and can't get it together, because your girl can't get it together sometimes. So that is very helpful for me. And like I said, making sure that you are putting people's names and how much you like to spend on them. That helps you keep in check too, like as you're putting each person's, like things that you're buying them, so that you don't go way over or not have enough. And then it's like right by Christmas and you're realizing as you're starting to wrap things like, oh my gosh, like I didn't really get her enough, kind of thing. So that makes it much easier. Also going along with that, if you're like me and you order things online, as they come in, wrap them. Don't wait till you're sitting down on the floor and your back is killing you because you're down there for hours trying to wrap things, or at your kitchen table or whatever, and just feel overwhelmed. As things come in, wrap them and just tuck them away or put them under your tree or whatever you do. Like I keep my kids' presents and stuff hidden, but I have them wrapped, but I put them and hide them away somewhere. Where other people's presents, I go ahead and wrap them and stick them under my tree. They look pretty under there and it's all done, and I don't have to worry about it and be freaking out at the last minute trying to get everything wrapped. So that's another great tip. Wrap things as you get them. Also with your Christmas cards, if you like to send out Christmas cards, don't sit down and plan to do them all at once. You will drive yourself crazy, it won't be enjoyable, and you'll find yourself just writing the same thing or just signing your name on a card. Now, while it's nice to know that someone thought of you and sent you a card, I find it like it's not as personal when they just sign their name at the bottom and send you some generic card. I like to say something, personal to each person I write a card to. So plan to sit down and do 3 a night or 5 a night, kind of thing, depending on how many you have that you want to send out. And that way it's much more manageable, much less overwhelming, and you can make it personal. And I think that is so special, and especially for if you don't usually send out Christmas cards, let me just say this. If you have elderly people in your life or people that don't really have a lot of family and things like that, getting a card in the mail can be such a joyous thing for them, and what an easy thing to do to be able to bring joy to somebody. And so I highly recommend that if you have people like that in your life and you don't usually send out cards, make a point to just do it this year. It doesn't cost that much to do it. You can pick up cards at the dollar store or wherever, and stamps, they're more expensive than I want them to be, but they're not that expensive. And just the joy that you can bring to someone through such a simple act, it's so worth it. And so to take the time, if you've got 5 people like that, it won't take you long. If you do 1 a night over 5 nights and just really write out a personal message to them, would make such an impact. So I highly recommend that you do that. It'll make you feel good, because as you're writing and thinking about that person is such a nice thing. I like to pray for people as I'm writing their card out to them. And then when they receive it and know you were thinking of them and that you took the time to write something personal, that is huge. And some people don't have many people that do things like that for them. So that could be something really awesome. If you go to church, like our church puts out a directory every 3 years. And so it's got every family's like picture and their address and stuff. So I like to go through and different people in our church that are elderly or, people that I kind of know and things like that. I like to send them a card, and a lot of times it's completely unexpected. They would never have expected that I would send them a card, and it's such a cool thing to be able to do for people, and people love it. Like, I know I love it when someone surprises me, and I'm like, they thought of me? Like, what? So such a simple thing to do that can bring so much joy to somebody. So there is something amazing you can do for Christmas that will bring joy to your heart and joy to someone else's. Something else to do, go through your baking ingredients now. Go in your pantry, cupboard, wherever you keep your baking ingredients. Look through. If you have recipes you like to make, look through and make sure that you've got those, that they're not out of date, that you have enough for what you're going to want to make, so that you are not at the last minute going, I'm going to make something and being like, I don't have enough brown sugar, I don't have enough. Go through them now, make your list of things that you need, and pick them up. And that way, when you do go to bake, you aren't going to be frustrated and irritated that you don't have the things you need, and it will just make things go much more smoothly. Trust me, you will thank yourself. And then just the last little thing I wanted to kind of suggest to you guys, to just kind of stop the madness, relax, enjoy the moment. I think I've shared about this last year, but whether you have books around the house you can gather up and do this, or you pick a few up, but if you have kids, pick up some Christmas books. Like I said, if you've got them around the house, just gather up the ones you already have, or maybe pick a few up from the store. Something to utilize, it'll be kind of too late now, but for next year, if your kids are in school and they have Scholastic book orders that you can do, definitely take advantage of that and order things throughout the year like that. Or when the holiday one comes out, order Christmas books, because it's very inexpensive and just a great way to kind of stock up on that kind of stuff. And what you need to do with them is just wrap them really simply. You don't have to write anything on them. Just wrap these books, put them under your tree, and depending on if you want to do it every few nights, if you want to have the 12 nights of Christmas, if you want to do it from December 1st until Christmas Eve, however you want to do it, however many books you have, whatever is up to you. But have the books under there that your kids get to pick one on whatever night you decide, and open it up and you read it together. It's exciting because even if it's a book that they already had and they don't know which one they're going to get when they're pulling it out to unwrap it. And kids love unwrapping presents. I love unwrapping presents. And so that's a really fun way for them to, as they're leading up to Christmas, be able to open something each day. And if you have multiple kids, let them take turns on who gets to open, which day. And open that up and just sit down and read the book together. Most books like that aren't very long, so at night before bed, or do it maybe right after dinner, anything like that you can sit down together and just have fun and read that little book, spend that time together, because let's be real, things get crazy and we're running in all different directions and we have so many things we're trying to get done and things like that. This is a time of togetherness, and so let's be intentional about being together. And with our kids, that is so important for them to see that, I don't want my kids to see crazy mom who's all irritable and I've got so much to do and da da da. I want them to see mom who wants to sit and spend some time with them. Now that my kids are older, it's more like sitting and watching a Christmas movie together or something, which is another great thing to do. But I do know that I did this when my kids were younger, and they loved being able to open up a book and we sit and read together. So just something that you can do to just kind of enjoy that time, or for you as an adult to get a Christmas book of some kind, whether it's one of short stories or more of a novel, or one that's more of a devotional, or an Advent kind of book, to be able to sit and read a little bit and just really bask in the holiday season and the enjoyment of all of it and just the magic of Christmas. And so let's stop the holiday madness. Let's stop being so overwhelmed that we can't enjoy ourselves, and just implement some of these things that will help make this time of year more enjoyable, more organized, and we can stop being crazy together. It's a good idea, right? Let's do it. Thank you guys so much. I hope that this will be helpful to you, and I hope that you have a very, very Merry Christmas season. Love you guys. Bye.